welcome to another live edition of the Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studio. Thanks for watching us. We appreciate you. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. Chip Hayner is here this week. Smoking Jim Frazier, a.k.a. Stevie Wonder, is dressed in black like his hero, and he'll be on the show. We're glad to have him back. Thanks for watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park and all the way from Nemacolin, Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between that has Verizon. We appreciate you watching us. We hit a brand new high on Facebook, 6869. Thank you very much for watching our shows and liking our page. And I put up a thing for this TSE Sports. They have autographs and memorabilia, and they do all kind of things out in Robinson Mall. And they wanted me to advertise a little link on my page, so you can go to their shows, and they have a lot of signings and famous baseball players, football players, you name it. They have them out there, and they have their jerseys and stuff.
Pete Rose?
No, because he's going to be the guy with the most hits in Major League Baseball that is never, ever going to be in the Hall of Fame. But thank you, Smoking Jim Frazier. We've got a few promos here. We'll put these up right now. Got that camera ready, I'm sure. Let's see what happens. They'll take it off my face, but hey, thanks for making me look great with my tan there. I appreciate that. Olive Oil's Pizzeria sponsors our show with an XL pizza and a hoagie, 412-831-1900. Give them a call. They were a little slow when I got there, so give them a call and order something. They got specials and great food there. Check it out. Next up, the Bethel Park Historical Society Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, 2600 South Park Road. Check them out. They have businesses that rent from them. They do different activities there. And they have my new favorite coffee place, Reginald's Coffee. They're up there every day, and they give you a pot of green tea. And I had some great green tea a couple times. I'm ready to head back again. Tell Matt you heard about it on Pittsburgh Sportsline. They got their own roaster. They got great coffee, they tell me. I don't drink that coffee, just that green tea. Look for my loose leaf green tea weather report tomorrow. Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. Stay Joey strong. We end each show. Here's Joey before DIPG, after DIPG, the brain cancer that took his life before his 9th birthday. I want to give an update. The 17th was my son's birthday, so I went out early, dinner with my son, made it back at 7 o'clock for a night at the races. How about this? I've owned horses. I tried to bet on a horse. I couldn't get my own horse. They sold them all out. They had such a great influx of people, named all the horses. There was even a Stay Joey Strong horse that won one of the races. They had 10 races, and they had a bonus race, which I never heard of this before. People had a bid on each horse, and the bidding started at $50, went up to $160. They had over almost $700 in the racing pool, and somebody hit it. A guy hit it who lost his son due to cancer, and he gave the $350-some back to the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. I can't make it up. People were winning 50-50, and unlike Smoking Jim, one lady gave back all of the 50-50 money. Smoking Jim just gave it all back. They raised over $6,000. It was great to be there. I ate well. Food was good. They had plenty of entertainment there and raffles and gift baskets. They had lots of great gift baskets. So it was a great night. And you got to check out the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. They'll have a 5K 1-mile walk come September. We'll film that. Check that out. And we'll go to another little promo. Bethel Park Community Foundation has money for you, from $100 to $5,000 for your group, doing great things in Bethel Park. If you need the money, go to bpcf.org, get an application. I'm one of the trustees on the board. Come and meet with us. We meet once every couple months. We have a meeting coming up Thursday, so get your application and come on out. Dave Cable likes to have a little fun at my expense. There's my face on Uncle Sam. Tell them Uncle Al sent you. Al Levine, the talking machine, wants you for BPTV. Call at 412-831-3304. We got our intern here who graduated being an intern, so he just helps out. Steve Fisher, he's back in business with us, making us look great tonight. Look at this camera work that he did for us. Uncle Al, I want you for BPTV. All right, we're going to start this show, and we start the beginning with What's on Your Mind, and it's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. They have a red, white, and blue station all the way past Trax Farm, Mineral Beach, and even the Dairy Queen, just past that. Stop in there, have them look at your car, anything that runs on gas, weed whackers, boats, trucks, you name it, he'll work on it. Just give him a call. I got that number, 724-348-4715. Whoa, that's for Chip. We just saw a great dessert, special dessert for Chip Hayner, the chocolate suicide cake. Call 412-831-1900. Fired it up for Chip. Hey, and if you haven't voted, you got to get out to vote. I went to the voting poll today. It was very slow. And a couple of the guys know who I am, so they were talking, and they said, "You want anything?" I said, "I noticed you got donuts. Any donuts?" They gave me a donut. Then I go, "I'm not really thirsty," but they go, "We got stuff for you to drink. You want water, you want apple juice, you want orange juice." Not only did they give me a cup of orange juice, they gave me the whole container of orange juice, said take it home.
So you got all juiced up while you
were
voting?
I got juiced up, and here, I didn't even get the vote yet. I was sugared up, juiced up, and then the nice guy there, Todd, we've talked before, he goes, "You come here and vote a lot. Would you like to work here?" I go, "What do you have to do?" He goes, you come in at the morning, you spend all day here, and I'll pay you $150.
Wow.
I said, "That wouldn't be bad." I said, "But, I do my TV show on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 8, so I'd have to leave early." Well, that ended the conversation. I never heard anything else on that. So there's an open invite for the talking machine to help at the polls. So get your votes in.
My mother worked the polls for 35 or 40 years.
Yeah.
You start at 6 in the morning. You don't get to leave until after 8 o'clock.
Wow.
In the evening.
I know, so I don't think I'll be able to do it because I have to miss it and do the show.
And there is no nap time, Jim, so it wouldn't work for you.
So get those votes in, and we're going to start with What's on Your Mind, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
Stevie Wonder.
You got to see Levine.
Look at, he can see. He can see.
But, hey, when you were at the Meadows, you get to see Roger Houston.
When was I at the Meadows?
I thought you said for the night of the races.
The night at the races was at the community center here in Bethel Park, a mile away.
I'm glad you told me because You're
You're seeing things that aren't even happening.
I thought it was, when you say night at the races, I'm thinking at the Meadows.
You're thinking about what I did for the Hug-a-thon.
Yeah.
I did an actual night at the races. Instead of at a place, it was at the Meadows.
Okay.
So you're honoring me. Thanks,
wow,
buddy.
I went out there looking for you.
Yeah, we weren't out there. And it was Friday night. They don't race Friday night.
Did you guys know? Hey, Steve Fisher. Well, you know what? Almost every Fisher I know is black. But hey, Steve Fisher, did you know?
He brought the race card out early.
Have you ever known any white Fishers?
Yes, I do. I knew Steve Fisher, who was the coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
I bet you
when they won a national title.
I bet you don't know any white Washingtons other than George. Hey, did you know it was Biggie's birthday today? All right, he knew it. Did you guys
He shook his head yes.
Okay, did you guys know it?
No, but I thought something was up because somebody put up a video about it, so I knew there was something going on.
Well, I got some good news for all you Pirate fans. The good news is Richard Rodriguez will be back pitching soon and giving up them home runs, so it won't be much longer.
Disclaimer, Mr. Negative on the Pirates does not want to see them win 78 games this year. For some reason, he brings out the negative stuff on the Pirates. Wait till you hear my report on the Pirates.
But hey, congratulations. I know I took a lot of heat last year when everybody was like, send the guy down. He's a disappointment, this, that, and other thing. He has no position. Hey, Josh Bell is the talk of the Major League Baseball. I mean, this guy is just blasting the ball out of there. He's hitting them home runs, and he's on pace for about 40 or 50 home runs, which the Pirates haven't had a
Haven't you paid
40.
attention to Chip at all?
I plan on going over all that. Okay.
And the Pirates is the only team in the Major League Baseball since '73 that hadn't had a 40 home run hitter in one season.
Mr. Negativity, thank you.
That's what happens when you don't juice. Oh, then there was Brian Giles. Even when he cheated, he couldn't hit 40.
But finally, you know,
What?
like I said,
Continue.
last year I fought against it. Everybody says that was wearing black and gold. I said, you can't get rid of Austin Meadows. Now he's tearing up the league for Tampa Bay. You know how hard it is to find a white superstar. When you got a white superstar, you don't get rid of them. You don't get rid of a Sidney Crosby, a Marilyn Lemieux, a Jack Lambert. And this is a guy that could have been
Fleury.
but this is a
They
guy.
got rid of Fleury.
This is the guy that could have been the Mickey Mantle for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Austin Meadows. The Pirates developed him, drafted him, developed him, and they made a big mistake. I said it last year. I'm saying it again, and I guess you guys got to agree with me that it was a big mistake getting rid of Austin Meadows. That just hurt the fan base. And that's what's on my mind.
Thank you for your negative comments. Appreciate that, Smoking Jim. Just a little disclaimer again on the facts. Austin Meadows had a great start up here, and then after a while he petered out, and they sent him down to the minor leagues. So he had a chance here, just like that other guy, Glasnow, was one of the best pitchers in the minor leagues until he got up to the Pirates. He just couldn't throw that ball over the plate with all that great stuff he had. And he's doing it down in Tampa Bay, and he just got injured.
I miss Austin Meadows.
Yeah, you didn't really watch him, but that's okay. You had those 3,000 free tickets you stole.
1,200.
I don't know why you even got them, but we're going to find out. I'm investigating. I've called the Pirates, and they have yet to know or reveal that they know Smoking Jim Frazier. I've called them and said, I have one question for you. Why would you give Smoking Jim Frazier 3,000 tickets? They said, sir, you got the wrong number. All right, thanks. Thanks, Smoking Jim. Chip Hayner, after all this, I got to get to you. What's on your mind?
Well, thank you, Alan, and welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to be back in the seat again. Work has been crazy.
Yes, we respect the work in that.
But anyhow, what's on my mind? Okay, so 2018 was a train wreck of a football season for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
How can you say that?
For more reasons than one. Yes, we did have a winning record. We were, what were we, 9-6-1?
Yeah.
And we didn't make the playoffs. And we led the league and the team most likely to end up on an episode of the Kardashians. So the Steelers have made some changes, and they got rid of a couple of malcontents.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell signed for a team that doesn't even want him. Did you hear that? Good news.
Yeah, the GM.
Yeah, the general manager got fired because the coach didn't want to spend that kind of money on a running back, and especially Le'Veon Bell. So let's see how that opera plays out. And oh, by the way, he hasn't shown up for OTAs yet. Then we had our other big headache, and fortunately for us, we shipped him off to the Oakland Raiders. And first day of OTAs, who's a no-show? Mr. Big Head. Mr. Big Chest, okay? So they're now the Raiders' problems and the Jets' problems, and I hope they have well. So Today was the first, or yesterday was the first day that Ben Roethlisberger spoke. And of course, you know, Ben is playing a poor, pitiful me. And the things that were said were hurtful, and they harmed my family, and boo hoo hoo, and you should feel sorry for me. I never heard a bigger bunch of crap in my life, you know, and he comes across as being very disingenuous. I don't believe a single word that he says. Now, maybe Ben did learn something about leadership over the last few months by consulting with some of the leaders of his team, people like Marquise Pouncey, Ramon Foster, Cam Hayward. And I loved how Marquise and Ramon stood up and told everybody, like, look, this ends now. If you got something to say about somebody on our team, call me and we'll arrange a meeting, you know. And I respected them because somebody is finally standing up and said, you know what, enough of this nonsense.
Like they said, they needed an adult in the room. There's a couple.
Well, and I do appreciate that Ben took the high road and did not badmouth Le'Veon Bell, or more importantly, Antonio, what was his name again?
Big Chest.
Yeah, Mr. Big Chest. Yeah, Antonio Brown. So, you know, but the way he presented himself, he tried to present himself as the victim here. And I don't think anything could be further from the truth. I know there are a lot of things that happened last year, and there were a lot of people responsible for the disaster that last season was and the early off season of this year was. Ben Roethlisberger was one of the culprits. Antonio Brown was. Le'Veon Bell was. Mike Tomlin, Kevin Colbert, you know, Art Rooney II. All of these people played a part in that, and nobody was a victim. The Steelers were smart by getting rid of the cancers in their locker room, wiping the slate clean, and I hope that the Steelers come out with a new direction. And now, after everybody, even nationally, was bashing Ben, maybe he's going to come back with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, wanting to prove to people that he is the kind of quarterback that can be considered a future Hall of Famer. Because if you look at what he's done over the last 4 or 5 years, he may have put up some nice numbers, but he hasn't played Hall of Fame caliber quarterback, in my humble opinion.
Watch the guy to your left.
Well,
Oh, you done?
no, well, you know, so
He's getting fired up,
you know,
Stevie.
I am very much looking forward to the Steelers season. I want to see how this team pans out with new leadership, with an infusion of younger talent and new blood, and we'll see what happens. But that's what's on my mind. If you may elaborate.
Can I say one thing?
You can say everything you'd like,
we want
Jim.
2 things from you. 2, please.
Because right
2.
now,
2.
me and Al Levine, the talking machine, we're Cleveland Brown fans because he's wearing the orange.
I
But
stand corrected. I wore it because somebody said I look nice in it today.
you do. Okay, I thought it was for the Browns, but
No, but thank you.
you're talking about leadership in the room. Well, the cancer's still there because when Antonio Brown tweeted, two-faced it to Ben, Terrell Edmonds liked the tweet. So there's still problems in that locker room, and
We'll see. We'll see.
So,
And I'm sure there still are. I'm sure Antonio still has a lot of friends on the team.
80% black, yeah.
Well, it don't matter what
Where
color
do you
their
get those
skin is.
numbers from? Where do you get those numbers? I want to verify
Every
that.
time they don't vote for Ben for MVP, that's the reason why, man. The coaches should be voting for MVP, not the players. They
Really?
vote for their friends.
Smoking
Is that why
Jim.
Juju got the award last year, not Antonio?
Juju and probably James Conner probably came in second when T.J. Watt should have won it. Should have
Smoking
won
Jim.
Rookie of the Year,
it
too.
was, that was probably racist, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Smoking
Okay.
Jim, they're following your lead.
yeah.
That's what you would
That's
do.
that's the only time you could depend on the
That-
brother to vote is
that-
for the MVP.
Put it
I
like
ain't
this,
seen-
they
I ain't
fo-
seen none at the polls.
They follow your. I didn't see you at the polls today. Where the heck were you? Lamb's waiting for you to vote for him again. Come on. You lied to him right to his face. Judge Mary McKinley, you said you'd vote for her.
Yeah.
You don't even know she was on the ballot.
Yeah, I seen the side. She got a poster.
I said you didn't know she's on the ballot.
No, there's
didn't
a
see it.
billboard somewhere.
Yeah, but
with
you
her
didn't
name
see
on
that.
it.
But you even said, I was there at the fights when you met her.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. I know how you operate. You smiled, gave your $1 million smile, and lied to her. All right, thanks, Chip Hayner. What's on my mind is I got to step it up a notch. Player of the week, Josh Bell. Chip and I had many a discussion that we're not worried about his deficiencies at first base. Smoking Jim said anybody could play first base.
Mm-hmm.
Bell took off the whole winter and worked hard at it. And guess what? He can't throw that well to second, but he's making some nice plays.
He is playing very well in the field right now. He's
Yes.
playing as well in the field as
He has
he
some
is
good range.
as he is in the batter's box.
Yes, he is. Smoking Jim, one disclaimer. Come on.
No, I'm playing first base.
Yeah, but
Real
that,
hard.
Yeah, I know. Pedro Alvarez, didn't he master it? Did you know that your buddy Pedro is no longer even in organized baseball?
Chicken on the Hill with Will played it good too. He's about 50 years old.
may he rest in peace. He was a lot younger than that. Smoking Jim. But anyhow, player of the week for the Buccos, Josh Bell, hitting over 400.
445,
8 homers.
5 home runs.
What, 26?
11 RBIs, 11 RBIs just in the week.
Oh,
On the road
I
trip.
thought he had like 26 or something.
Well, he's in the league lead with 44 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And yes, and he's on pace now to drive in 162 runs and hit 48 home runs this year.
not too shabby.
Not at all.
Smoking Jim, I'm glad you're on the bandwagon for Josh Bell.
And if he were to hit 162 RBIs, whose record would he be getting close to breaking?
Oh,
Maybe
He don't
Williams.
Hack
Hack
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
Hack Wilson.
Who's
I
that?
thought
Hack
he had
Wilson?
like
Who's that? Well,
155
if you
or
knew
something.
anything about baseball
No,
history,
no,
you know.
nobody knows Hack Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, they
do.
do.
I do.
You know what? I could show you at least a couple hundred people on my phone that know who Hack Wilson
Really?
is. Oh yeah.
Smoking Jim Frazier. You're
Really?
on-
Tell me about Hack.
Well, off the air, we'll talk about you. We're going to move
He had
forward
a
with
drinking
this.
problem.
We're going to move forward with this show, and we're going to come back for some fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine, Chip Hayner. Thanks, Steve Fisher, the rookie of the year. Thanks, Zach Taylor. But hey, before we
What?
went off the air, I figured, what, Shoeless Joe never had that? You talking about Hack Williams?
Hack
Hack
Wilson.
Wilson
175 RBIs.
in one season.
And that was when they were playing 152.
152 games.
Yeah, 152 games.
No, 154.
154, you're right.
Yeah, 154.
Oh, so it was a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, all right.
could hit-
It
people
was
out there,
actually before you were born, and you're older than
Before
people
then,
think
I
you
was
are.
born too, Jim.
And me.
People out there got an education there, because I know most people watching never heard of the Hackster. But,
Hack Wilson. RBI title.
But hey,
Yeah.
fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac. We're going to get right back on the Ben Roethlisberger theme. I know Chip don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he already got over 56,000 yards, 363 touchdown passes. And I tell you what, Big Ben, for all his problems, I think he get away with a lot because the head coach, Mike Tomlin. But you figure Big Ben, he didn't, him and Joey Porter almost got in a fist fight when Joey Porter was trying to straighten him out when he was a young guy. Him and Ryan Clark called a team-only meeting just for Ben, for the team to get on Ben. Hines Ward and Ben never got along. Ben would come out in the newspapers then and say, after Plexico left, I want a tall wide receiver just to get under Hines' skin. Ben didn't like Bill Cowher because he ran the ball in the second half all the time. Ben never got along with Ken Wisenhunt or Todd Haley. But the fiction and fact
What's
from
your
Smoking
point?
Jim's Almanac goes back to 2004
Okay.
draft. One of the greatest drafts since 1983 for quarterbacks. That year, Coach Cowher coached in a Senior Bowl game and fell in love with Phillip Rivers, who was a late first-round draft pick at best at NC State, maybe an early second round.
Bill Cowher's alma mater, no less.
Bill Cowher's alma mater.
Thanks for clarifying.
But Phillip Rivers' draft stock just started going through the roof, and that's who Bill Cowher wanted as a quarterback. There was pressure in 2004, like there was pressure this year to get a middle linebacker, to reach for a middle linebacker, which is an unimportant position in the 3-4 defense. And they had to reach for a quarterback because really they hadn't drafted a quarterback really technically since 1970 when they got Terry Bradshaw, even though in 1980 they got Mark Malone as a quarterback, but in the first round. And they got Big Ben, and they had no plans on playing Big Ben. There was pressure to get him. They were even looking at J.P. Loftman, which I knew was going to be a bust, who eventually went in the first round as well. But the Pittsburgh Steelers was high still on turnover Tommy Maddox.
yeah.
And they had a brittle brother in Charlie Batch.
Yeah.
Both those guys got hurt. Big Ben stepped in as a young kid, only a junior coming out of Miami, a small school, Miami of Ohio, and the rest is history. But on draft day, of course, I was able to give Big Ben a call, and what a gentleman. And we talked about Jacob Bell, his offensive tackle. I asked Big Ben how would he feel if Jacob Bell would get drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can just see him light up over the phone. And he said, man, this guy protected me, all my years here. I would love to reunite with him. Of course, the Steelers probably took another linebacker, probably took another Jarvis Jones type instead of Jacob Bell. Jacob Bell could have done good here, at least as good as Ramon Foster. But that's the fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac. Here's a guy, Big Ben, the Steelers didn't want. They knew they couldn't get Eli Manning. They knew they couldn't get Phillip Rivers, who they wanted. And Big Ben, maybe the best quarterback in NFL history.
How many Pro Bowls did Jacob Bell go to?
He never. I don't think he even made the NFL.
Okay, so
Yes.
the Steelers didn't draft him, and neither did anybody else. Nor did they sign him as a free agent.
True.
Nor did they put him on the practice squad.
True.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Same way Yancey Thigpen got cut by the San Diego Chargers in training camp in Pittsburgh. Steelers took him on as a walk-on and didn't even know he could play wide receiver. But in the second year, they found out, ooh, we should have followed Smoking Jim. Smoking Jim had him in the top 4 of all wide receivers coming out of Winston-Salem. So NFL makes a lot of mistakes.
But
lot
not
of
Jim
mistakes.
Frazier.
I'm only right 97% of the time. I'm on record there. I ain't perfect.
Right.
97%.
Right.
Thank you, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Okay. Well, welcome to my trivia segment, and I got a piece of trivia here for Alan.
Uh-oh.
It's a quick one, and then I'm going to go through my my Pittsburgh Pirate trivia for you.
Okay.
Okay. Ernie Shore once threw a quasi-perfect game. And the reason why they call it a quasi-perfect game was he got 27 consecutive outs, 27 consecutive batters that he faced.
Okay.
But he did not get credit for a perfect game because he came in as a relief pitcher for none other than Babe Ruth, who pitched to the first batter and got into an argument with
He
the
got
umpire.
thrown out.
And he punched the umpire, and he got thrown out of the game.
Wow.
And Ernie Shore came in and got the next 27 outs.
Wow.
No, I know the story.
Wow.
Definitely.
I didn't know that.
You know, I'm a big Babe Ruth fan,
Uh-huh.
and he was one of the greatest
June 23rd, 1917.
He was one of the greatest
Took the
left-handed
mound
pitchers.
and took the mound for the Red Sox against the Washington, and quickly got himself ejected after walking the leadoff man. Ruth began jawing with the umpire, and he thought he missed him 2 strikes, and well, he popped him and he got ejected. So, getting to my next thing, we're talking about. Was brought up by
Great trivia.
my great colleague to my left, and Alan, my other colleague to my right. He brought up Josh Bell, and Josh Bell's on a record home run pace. And Jim brought up some great points. It's been since 1973 that a Pittsburgh Pirate has hit more than 40 home runs.
What a shame.
And also, interestingly enough, in the first 43 games of 1971 and 1973, Willie Stargell hit 15 home runs.
in 44 games.
And Josh Bell has hit 14 home runs in
Yeah.
the first 43 games. So,
Yeah.
so he's in rarefied air. The other 2 people that have hit that many home runs in that number of games, another one was Dale Long, and the other one was Ralph Kiner.
Old time Buccos.
Old time Buccos. So, Pittsburgh Pirates home run leaders through the year. Now, I want you guys to follow me on this one. I'm going to go kind of quickly because I do want us to get to our other segments.
Take your time.
Most Pirate fans can tell you the team's all-time home run record leader is Willie Stargell with 475. A lot of them could tell you whose record he broke as well. It was Ralph Kiner with 301. Prior to that is where it gets cloudy, and I thought for today, why not go all the way back to the beginning of the franchise and show just how the Pirates to that current record held by Willie Stargell. The Pittsburgh Alleghenies played their first game May 2nd, 1882, against the Cincinnati Red Stockings. The game was played 5 years prior to their move to the National League. The first home run in franchise history was hit by George Streif on May 3rd, 1882. Before he could hit another home run, 6 of his other teammates all hit their first homers. It wasn't until July 11th that someone hit their second home run when Mike Mansell took over the team lead. Okay? And he was tied 9 days later by Billy Taylor, then almost a month later by Ed Swartwood. Ed would hit his third homer on August 12th and then get tied by Chippy Lane on September 12th, who he passed 2 days later. After one season, the home run record looked like this, with the first to each mark. Streif was the first one to number 1. Mansell was the first one to number 2. Swartwood was the first one to 3 and 4.
Wow.
It gets easier to follow.
Sure.
Trust me. Swartwood hit 3 home runs, 3 homers in 1883, and never relinquished his lead. So when the season ended, he was the all-time leader with 7.
Wow.
Okay, we're getting there. Swartwood remained the team leader through the franchise's existence in the American Association. He was tied on May 30th, 1887 by Fred Carroll, who passed him on August 9th that year, hitting his 8th homer with Pittsburgh. His 8th homer with Pittsburgh off of Hall of Famer outfield catcher Mike King Kelly.
Whoa.
Carroll finished the year with 11 home runs and franchise's all-time lead. Carroll last homered for the Pirates on July 30th, 1891, his 19th homer with the team, and it came off of no less than Cy Young.
Wow.
On July 11th, 1892, Hall of Famer Jake Beckley hit his 20th homer for the Pirates, giving him the team lead. He finished the season with 10 homers, setting a club season record. In 1894, Jake Stencil set the team record with 13 homers, but Beckley was still the franchise leader with 35.
Wow.
We're starting to get up there.
It's moving on up.
During the 1896 season, Pirates traded Beckley, leaving his with the team record of 43 home runs. His record stood alone until July 20th, 1908, when Honus Wagner hit his 43rd off of Harry McIntyre.
Wow.
It took nearly 2 months for him to hit his record-breaking home run on September 11th. By the time he retired in the 1917 season, Honus Wagner had hit 82 home runs, still held the team record. Hannes held that record for nearly 27 years before he was passed by another all-time great. Paul Wainer tied Wagner with his 82nd homer in a Pirates uniform, then passed him 2 days later with a shot off of Phillies pitcher Jim Biven. Wainer finished his Pirates career in 1940 with 109 home runs.
Wow.
We're getting up there.
September 2nd, 1948, in just his third season in the majors, Ralph Kiner hit his 110th home run for the Pirates. Not even his first.
Right.
He hadn't
Third
finished.
season.
Third season. Hit his 110th homer for the Pirates. Before he was done, he would finish with 301, hitting his last homer for Pittsburgh on May 27th, 1953. On July 3rd, 1973, Willie Stargell hit a ninth-inning pinch-hit grand slam off of Diego Segui for his 301st home run.
Who did he hit it off of?
Diego Segui.
You
Household
know him.
name.
You know him.
In the Segui household, that
Yeah.
is.
All three people knew
8
him.
days later, he set the team record, which he still holds to this day, and at 475 is likely safe. It also means the last 5 all-time home run leaders for the Pirates all went to the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Wow.
The final rundown, if you're keeping score at home, and we don't have to get through who broke whose record.
No.
But the fact that I bring this up because Josh Bell this year is doing something that we haven't seen a Pirate do in quite some time. He is absolutely murdering the ball, and the home runs that he's hitting are prodigious to say the least. He's already hit 2 into the Allegheny River.
Look that up in your Funkin' Wagnalls.
He's already hit 2 on a fly into he hit a home run that went over the top of the batter's eye. You know what the
Right.
batter's eye is, right?
No.
It's that big green monster in center
center
field. Okay, that's called the batter's eye, so that the batters can pick up the pitch. That's why they don't have anybody sitting there.
They like a dark contrast between the white
So
ball.
the batters could see the ball.
Yeah.
All right.
Stevie,
why it's called the
you take
batter's
the
eye.
sunglasses off, you could see that.
But Josh Bell very easily
Stevie.
could set the Pirates' single-season home run record, and he could also set the Pirates' single-season RBI
At
record.
this pace,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's at this pace. Now, granted, we're only 44 games into the season, and its season's 162 games long. But Josh Bell, I'm telling you what, if you're not paying attention to what the Pittsburgh Pirates are doing right now, you're doing yourself a disservice if you are a true sports fan in the city of Pittsburgh, and if you truly do love the game of baseball. What is going on at PNC Park right now is really something to behold. The Pirates have no business being over 500 right now. They're being outscored by their opponents by more
tremendous.
than by a tremendous amount. Yet they keep winning games, and people are criticizing them because of the run differential. Well, let me tell you something. The 1960 World Series, the Pirates were outscored almost 2-1 by the New York Yankees. But guess who was the World Series champions?
Smoking Jim?
Pittsburgh Pirates. So, statistics, they're great things to follow. I don't live by them. I'm enjoying the game that's being played. The Pirates are putting a team on the field. They're playing with a lot of heart, no quit. Everybody's picking up each other. I mean, truly, this is a team game, and they're playing very well as a team, and Clint Hurdle is doing his best job as a manager so
Maybe
far
they're
this
saving
year.
the quit till after the All-Star break. But let me ask you this.
Thanks,
When,
Mr. Negative.
when was the first home run hit in the Pirates' history?
1882.
I wonder if that.
That was 5 years before they became the Pirates
they
in
was
the
the
National League. They were
May
Alleghenies.
3rd, 1882.
What did I tell you? I listened to them.
I wonder if they knew Django.
No, he wasn't around then. And thank you, Chip Hayner. Welcome back. Thanks for not changing that dial. On location, new location, June 3rd. Right down the road here at Steel Cactus Mexican Tex-Mex restaurant. We'll be there June 3rd, 7:30 to 8:30. Got some great guests lined up there, so stay tuned for us. They have great food. I stopped in, meet the manager, Jeremy, and order a fajita. I couldn't even finish that chicken fajita. There was so much chicken and fajita with that. It was just great. Everything's freshly made, so we'll have a great show there, lining up the guests as we speak. Judge Arnone will be one of them. Frank Velasquez of AHN Sports Complex from Cool Springs. He'll be one of our guests coming back. He can't wait to see us. By the way, he said, hope Smoking Jim's doing better. I've been praying for him. And we'll have that, plus a few other guests that we're in the works with. They have to get back to me, and I'll announce that. Posted up the event page, so check that out. And then we're still doing Olive Oil's Pizzeria on June 10th. Be there at 9:30 Brookline Boulevard, 7:30 to 8:30. We'll be filming. Frank Fanero, the owner, has all kind of specials. He has some Italian ice. I had the best mango Italian ice I ever had 2 weeks ago there. It was great. It's $3 a big cup, and it's delicious. That's one of the treats. He got all the different flavors, so check it out. Plus all the pizza, all the pasta, all kind of specials.
This olive oils.
Olive oils.
And that chocolate cake.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to hook a brother up. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. We'll have to grab a slice, me and Smoking Jim.
What do you mean, a slice?
Well, we'll have to try that. Then on location for June, we got a third location, the VFW in Millvale. We did fights there. June 17th, Jose Carabello invited us to do our show with his boxers and more, and we'll be in the ring interviewing people at the VFW on their top floor, and he said whatever you guys want to eat, we'll make it for you. So Smoking Jim, come hungry, come early, don't come late like he did the last time for the fights. And then on location travels on the 22nd of June, we're doing fights at that same VFW. It's over 100 years old. They're getting a new ring put in, so you have to check it out. We're going to have some fun on those 3 dates, so come out and see the show. See us do our live taping. You can enjoy it and see how we operate. That's all I have reporting on location. We're going to come back. Don't change that dial. Bucko Talk. Bucko Talk. Thanks for not changing that dial. We got negative Smoking Jim, Stevie Wonder in the corner talking bad about the Buccos. Chip's been on the bandwagon. I'm on it most of the time. I drink the Kool-Aid except when they suck. I say they suck. And I said I'm more worried about how they play on the field. Chip, I've been impressed with how they play on the field except when they lose 14-1, 11 to something. But they have bad games and they're blown out. I've seen it, and it's only a half a dozen of them.
And just to set the record straight, I've been on the bandwagon for well over 50 years, folks. Okay, this isn't just a recent kind of a thing. But let me tell you something. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they're exceeding most expectations, and they probably...
Who would have thought they'd be over 500 with all the injuries?
And they have not yet this year fielded their starting outfield yet.
True.
Yet.
Yeah.
And they're playing their 45th game tonight.
Yeah.
Against the Colorado Rockies.
24-20, 4 games over 500.
Now last year at this time, the Pirates were 26-17.
Yes,
okay.
I know.
And they had far exceeded expectations, and then there was a long losing streak. And here's the interesting thing about the 24-20, we had an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah,
and we're still 24-20. So
what's Smoking Jim say to that?
We are keeping pace with all of the rest of the leaders.
We're only 2.5 out of first place.
Exactly. And
Smoking Jim.
And the Pirates do have an interesting little dilemma because 2 of their 5 starting pitchers are on the injured list right now, and they are making do with 4 starters and an opener. And they tried this on Saturday night, and it worked real well for them. They ended up beating the San Diego Padres. But
why didn't Smoking Jim say something about the opener? He made it 3 innings.
Here's the question that I have. People are so apt to want to talk about all of the moves that the Pirates didn't make and the money that they didn't spend, and how they could have done this and they could have done that, and they don't want to give the Pirates credit for some of the things that they did do. You know, they signed Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles is leading the league in ERA right now. Guy's 4-1 with an ERA of less than 2.
Yes.
You know, he's far exceeding any expectations. The Pirates signed him with the thought that maybe if he might be a 5th starter.
Yeah.
Right now, he looks like our number 1 starter.
Looks like the ace.
Yeah, he looks like our number 1 starter. We signed somebody to a minor league contract, invited him to spring training with the idea that maybe he might be able to make the roster. What do they get? Melky Cabrera.
Wow.
Melky Cabrera, with the injuries to the outfield, he's batting over 300. He's playing a solid outfield, and he's been there for the Pirates, and they got him for a song.
Yeah.
Francisco Liriano got invited to camp on a minor league deal. And look at it, Francisco Liriano's got an ERA in a relief role of under 2. So, you know, I don't like to dwell on negatives. I know Negative Nancy here to my left.
Yes, sir, baby. He's in the house.
Likes to always make sure that he brings up the one bad thing in a ray of sunshine. But I would tell you this, you know, what the moves that Neil Huntington made, they were great. I mean, they're getting production out of people that should be playing in AAA right now. I think they found their shortstop of the future with Cole Tucker. This young man plays with a lot of enthusiasm, and he plays defensively as well as any shortstop that I've ever seen.
And he has great hair.
He's struggling at the plate right now,
Yes.
and he's not going to cut it, Jim. It's in his contract.
Good.
No,
He's keeping it long and pride.
Yeah, because they don't want to be like Samson, right?
Yeah.
Like having cuts when he cut his dreadlocks. Right?
Yeah.
But you know, the kid's playing excellent shortstop, playing well in the field. The hitting's going to come around for him.
Yeah.
Okay, Jung Ho Gong seems to have been an abject failure. You know, and you know what? Give the Pirates credit for giving him a shot.
Yeah.
I think right now a better option for the Pirates is a platoon of Colin Moran and Kevin Newman. Kevin Newman can play third base. Adam Frazier's been solid at second base.
Yes.
Josh Bell is playing all-star caliber first base. You know, in the field, on top of what he's doing at the plate, and he's just tearing the cover off the ball. Brian Reynolds, somebody else that should be playing in AAA. He hits the ball hard every time he hits it.
Yeah, he does.
When he makes it out, the ball's well hit.
It's a hard
And
out.
here's a guy that we got in one of the throw-ins for the McCutchen trade. You know, so you know, there are a lot of positives to look at. Now, you know, Jamison Tyon's probably still going to be out another 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know what's going on with his arm. It's healing. Trevor Williams has got a oblique injury, which, in the grander scheme of things, it's a core muscle issue. It's not an arm. It's not an elbow. It's not a shoulder. So I think that he should be back. And I think once the Pirates do end up getting healthy again, you know, this is a team that can actually contend for
They've shown it.
at the very least a wild card spot. But with the way the division's going right now,
anything could happen.
anything could happen. You know, and the season's long. So. Hats off to Neil Huntington. Hats off to Clint Hurdle and the rest of his staff. And hats off to the players because they're the ones that are making it happen in the field.
How's the home attendance? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Is this a
Attendance
negative
down.
comment?
Yeah, it's a negative. It's a negative comment.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Stevie, you're dressed all in black.
I wasn't sure.
You're dressed all in black. You're not getting all those free tickets right now,
when
so
you
that's
know,
why.
I mean, you guys are talking
bring
about McCutchen and Austin Meadows that used
No,
to fill up the
McCutchen's
place.
playing.
That used to fill the place up. They're gone now.
No, well,
Attendance
actually,
is
because
down.
of Austin
attendance
Meadows.
started dropping when McCutchen still played for us. And last year was the worst year in attendance in the last 6 or 7. And that's when Austin Meadows was playing with us. You're the only person that's talking about Austin Meadows and Andrew McCutchen. You know,
Yeah.
no, seriously, you are the only person.
Austin Meadows going to the All-Star game, so they'll be talking a lot
he's
about
not.
it.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What did you hear that?
Yeah.
Huh?
With the way you follow baseball, I'm not trusting a
He
single
got
thing.
my vote.
Yeah.
He got my vote.
Yeah, he got your vote. Just like the Rivers Casinos got most of your money,
that's
right?
That's true.
'Cause if
Hey,
you're-
I'm on my way to Mountaineer this weekend so they can get some of
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
I found out they got sports betting now.
Why until
And
they
they
get,
don't, they
until
don't
they
take 30% off.
Wait until they take your picture down at the Rivers.
Yeah, they won't take no more of my checks.
No, so you know the Pirates are performing very, very well. You know, I mean, you know, so there's a number of different things going on sports wise. We've got the Steelers in
Yeah.
town for the
Hold
OTAs.
it, Steeler OTA, Smoking Jim. Do you know anything?
No,
Okay, thank you.
I just know that your boy is the worst dresser I've
Which
ever
one?
seen. Oh my goodness.
Who?
Devin Bush. He got to pick
How's
it
he
up.
dress
Between
on
him,
the field?
Between him and Juju, man.
How's he dress on the field, though?
5'11".
How's he dress on the field?
He's getting undressed by every tight end in the league.
Really?
But he's going to be good. He's going to be good. But see, the thing is, people don't realize when you play a 3-4 defense,
Yeah.
the middle linebacker is about the 5th most important position. The 2 outside linebackers are most important. Strong safety is next, and the nose guard's next. You're giving up too much to move up for a middle linebacker. They can't cover the pass.
They needed somebody that could run a little bit faster in between the tackles.
I gave them Darius Leonard,
It was
who's
too
going
late.
to the Hall of Fame.
They didn't like your comments.
He had one good year.
A great year.
One good year does not put you in the Hall of Fame, Jim. You know, yeah, before you can stop chiseling his statue. Okay.
Him and T.J. Watt going in
He's
together.
chiseling it, man. He's chiseling it.
Salt and pepper. We could have had salt and pepper.
So you know, okay, touched on the Pirates, touched on the Steelers. Who is going to be traded from the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Kessel.
There is a lot of hubbub going around that says Kessel. Well, the Penguins have to get rid of. They got to create some cap room.
Yeah, maybe even Hornquist.
You know,
Kessel, Hornquist.
You know, but it'll be interesting to see how that.
Start with the coach.
Nah, his
Yeah, because winning
expiration's
2
not.
championships in his first 2 years, that's the reason you want to fire him.
How many years he been around now? 4?
4.
That's long for hockey.
4.3.
He
they
lost the
average.
team.
They average 4.3
He
years.
lost the team, Chip. You know that.
How'd he
He
lose
lost
it?
the team.
Where?
Found them. They're up in Cranberry. They're at the Lemieux Center.
Where'd he lose the team at?
You don't think they got
Nah.
swept in the
Here's
first
what
round?
happened. They didn't score enough goals.
Speaking
They had
of
a power outage.
Speaking of hockey, okay, the Boston Bruins
Wow.
are set up to play in the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Game 6, St. Louis Blues and San Jose Sharks. I say the St. Louis Blues are going to take out the Sharks tonight, and they're going to end up playing the Boston Bruins for the Stanley Cup.
You ain't pulling my leg. I'm going right to Rivers.
The last
Bet
time,
the house.
the St. Louis Blues made it to the Stanley Cup Finals was in 1970, and the team they lost the Stanley Cup to was the Boston Bruins, who were
Really?
captained by Bobby Orr.
Wow. That's pulling some trivia out there,
There you
Chip.
go.
job, Chip.
I like
There
that.
you go. But yeah, so there's the Stanley Cup Final, NBA Finals. We've got the Warriors, the
Greatest
Bucks,
team of
the
all
Bucks
time.
and the Raptors play tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Bucks. Oh, we're almost out of
Yeah,
time.
we're almost out of time. Alan's got to wrap it up.
Thank you with Negative Stevie Wonder. Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip Painter. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Thanks for watching our show. Hope you had a little bit of fun and enjoyed our sports talk. It's a little bit unusual at times because we all add our opinions in there because, hey, what's sports if you don't add your opinions in? The only thing is I do follow the facts, and I want you to please stay Joey strong.